I'm not a huge fan of hot beverages in general. Quite partial to hot chocolate though, to be honest. But we only really have like dark hot chocolate pod things for the Nescafe thing. So tea it is today. Right, you can just sit there and brew while we talk. Hey guys, so today I just wanted to do a video about Kimetsu no Yaiba because it is fantastic, and if you haven't seen it yet, you definitely should go watch it or read it. Honestly, both are really good, the manga and the anime. And if you've only watched a little bit of it, you need to watch more, if you're anything like me, of course. So I really didn't enjoy my start with Kimetsu no Yaiba. That definitely looks cute. Are you okay? Are you feeling a bit drunk today? How's the frame? It looks okay. Whatever, we're going to deal with it. So, when I first watched Kimetsu no Yaiba, probably about a year or two ago, I didn't really get into it. I didn't really enjoy it that much, just because it felt a little bit slow and uninteresting in a way. I don't know. I just didn't really like where it started. I think it might be a lot like Vinland Saga, though, where it just starts and it kind of has to take a little bit to take off, like quite a few things. But I watched the first episode of Kimetsu no Yaiba a while ago, and I don't even know if I finished the episode. I just didn't give it the chance that I should have. And I've now caught up with the anime as of this morning, and I'm going to continue with the manga for the next couple of days, probably until I finish it, because it is phenomenal. It is something very special. It's probably going to be either my third, most likely my third, or possibly contending with JoJo's for my second favorite ever. Just because it is that amazing and it does almost everything that it does really well. So yeah, it's quite something. And I just kind of wanted to talk about why I like it. So there may be some vague spoilers, but I'll try and keep it as a non-spoiler as possible, at least for this one. Maybe I'll do a review or something on it and get more into the details of why I like the things that would be spoilers. So yeah, let's get into that thing. So today you may notice I have my sword with me, my sword that actually, come to think of it, doesn't really have a name, which is a bit weird, but I've always been really bad with naming stuff, to be honest. Names are very important, and when I was quite young, I named my child Cat 3, so that tells you all you need to know about how I name things, I suppose. But this is my sword, and it's here because we are talking about swords today, because that's pretty much all Kimetsu no Yaiba is about. Yes, there are demons, and yes, they need to get slayed, but the swords are the things that are the tools used to slay the demons in practically every case, almost every single case. So I just felt like I should have the sword with me today as I talk about this. So Kimetsu no Yaiba is very good for me, particularly as a martial artist, specifically as a kendoka. I think it is phenomenal, and it does a lot of things incredibly well, especially down to how everything is based on breathing and kata, which is a lot of kendo. If your breathing's not good and you're not actually using your kata, you're not really doing kendo. You need to be in control of yourself and in control of your actions and as much of your environment and your opponent as you can. But you kind of just got to strive through regardless of the harsh situations. That's kind of very common in kendo. You know, you'll get blisters and stuff on your hands and your feet, and you'll ache, and you'll get muscle and joint problems, and you'll have all sorts of fun times doing any kind of martial art, really. But kendo is quite brutal, and Demon Slayer is quite brutal. Make no mistake. I originally watched Attack on Titan many years ago, and quite recently got into the rest of it and have almost finished it. Also very good, not the point of the video. And I thought it would be depressing to live in the world of Attack on Titan, but boy was I just so misinformed. Demon Slayer is so much worse. Every character who has any kind of backstory lost like anywhere between 5 and 15 of their siblings when they were young, and that's how they got to where they are today. And it's sad. It's depressing. It's a gut punch at times. At times, the same way as One Piece is. JoJo's can be. No, JoJo's can be. There's no lull in that one. JoJo's can be, as lots of other things can, like Akamega Kill, which is like the Game of Thrones of anime, and everyone dies in that practically. And oh god, there's so many examples. So yes, it is a depressing world, but Tanjiro, the main character, is such a ray of hope in that world that it's actually kind of staggering. He's very Luffy-like, and he's very goofy and happy and strives towards the right thing to do, and he's very kind-hearted and well-meaning. He's a great character, and he constantly surprises me and makes me go, this kid is insane. I cannot believe what he's doing and what he's attempting to do and how he's actually able to pull it off right when he needs to. It is really quite something special. I don't want to spoil anything, so there's a lot of things that are coming up that I'm in my head that I'm like, oh, we should talk about that. No, that's kind of spoilery. Let's not talk about that. But get into Kimetsu no Yaiba. If you like swords, if you like kendo, if you like, oh god, so many things. Moody anime characters, really good character arcs, development, and like really good interaction between characters. Genuine shocks and surprises. There are some things that are quite easy to call, some things that you get a vague hint of, and some things that come out of nowhere. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to blurt out a little bit as to why I like Kimetsu no Yaiba so much. I will refine that down into some better points as to, like, the animation is incredible, but the adaptation of it from the manga to the anime is really something to be proud of. If I remember right, it's UFO Table, however you say that. Maybe I'll put their logo up here. Not sponsored by a company I can't even pronounce, but they did a phenomenal job. And I actually read a message that I sent earlier, so I can put that up on screen here, from the mangaka, which is kind of basically talking about the adaptation was done by somebody that he used to watch one of their animes, so it's quite something. But it is gorgeous. Like, the animation is spectacular, the character designs are amazing, the story is incredible, and the adaptation is great. One Piece has a lot of sticky situations and things that were translated well and things that they didn't do so well. Kimetsu no Yaiba is a fantastic anime adaptation, especially because the manga can look a little bit iffy on the drawings at times. Oh god, yeah, no, that does happen. But the anime is phenomenal, and you don't really need that phenomenal artwork in every manga, I don't think. It would be nice to have it, absolutely, but I don't feel like it lets me down, especially with the complexity of some of the things that we're doing. I get it, you're drawing that demon, he's got lots of arms, there's a lot going on. You don't have to draw him perfectly every time. It's the 16th time you've drawn him in this chapter. I get who we're talking about. So the fact that we can get an animation that is far and away something just incredible and really is just a marvel to look at, that adapts this incredible story despite the manga not, quite being in that same kind of vein of being high praised for its incredible panels in every single second. Yeah, Kimetsu no Yaiba, the anime, looks amazing all the time, and they take a lot of consideration into how they can adapt the amazing source material better. And small things like one of the characters handing another character a pair of leggings later. In the manga, that doesn't come across as well as in the anime, and that sounds like a weird thing, but it was adapted really well because they took a small part of these two characters and an interaction that was kind of, not offhandedly mentioned, it was mentioned, but to deepen it and get a better sense of those characters, and how they react to each other, and what they mean to each other, and all the things like that. So yeah, it's amazing. It really is something quite special, and I cannot recommend it to you highly enough. This is just a spoiler-free kind of general, hey, you should be watching this. If you haven't watched this, well, I'm not going to do anything, but keep recommending to you over and over again that you should watch it. I will admit that while I was watching, I was talking to my girlfriend, and to her, Kimetsu no Yaiba is like One Piece to me. It's the biggest thing. It's huge. So while I was catching up, reading and watching at the same time, she was getting all of the updates as to, like what this was doing to me, because it was hectic. But I actually legitimately cried from Kimetsu no Yaiba. There are a couple of good teary moments throughout the whole show. Some really hard-hitting, impactful moments, and some just jaw-dropping characters, just insane. Where we've caught up to with the manga, the end of the anime as it is now, is an amazing journey. It's 3 seasons, 12 episodes, 11 episodes, 11 episodes, or 12, 12, 11, something like that. It's like 36 episodes. It's really not that much. I'd say just jump into one every couple days and go through it, because it's incredible, and I highly recommend it. And after I got to that one particular point, no spoilers, that I cried, not even like 10 not even 5-10 minutes later, the anime got me to cry again. So twice in one episode. So yeah, no, that I felt a lot. But it is fantastic and phenomenally good, and it's got really, really compelling characters. And even though you might meet a bunch of them, just a lot of people that you go, I don't like this guy, he's an asshole, or I don't like this lady, she's an asshole. They really do grow on you, and not in the way that you just kind of get battered into liking them, but you get a new perspective on the characters and how they got to where they are, and it really is a very good way. I mean, it's a very normal thing to set up characters and explain them, but I think the way that this anime and this manga is particularly done, and where the focuses are, and the attention to detail on the swordsmanship, the breathing, the mindset, the determination, the samurai spirit, the camaraderie. There's a lot to appreciate about Demon Slayer, and I'm only really beginning to understand why I like it so much. So I thought I would share that with all of you, and hopefully I can inspire some of you to start your own Kimetsu no Yaiba journey, and I hope you enjoy it even a little bit as much as I did mine, because it was a lot. And I think it's helping me to reinforce a lot about what I like in anime and manga and, you know, things like that in general, as well as what I want to get out of my kendo and how to get there and how to enjoy it more. So I think that was quite amazing. And I've been talking for far too long, and oh my god, I just remembered about my tea. So I'm going to go drink that. And yeah, hope you have a great day ahead. Cheers. It's not bad. A little bit cold.